couple of appearances now, the past couple of weeks. Not ideal circumstances, but how do you feel like personally getting back out there?
Yeah, obviously, like I said before, you play this game to play in games. So ultimately, the goal is obviously to jump into the starting lineup and try to make a difference. So, like you said, last two games getting in, not ideal, but maybe good for me to stretch my legs a bit. At this point, you kind of have to shock the body, so it's coming in late in games and chasing a bit. So, but that's the only way right now to get game fitness. So, circumstances not ideal, but again, it's the only way right now.
As a leader on the team and veteran, what do you do when you come into a situation like this? It's not ideal to kind of get everybody's spirits back up when you're on the field.
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost, as we all know, there's ups and downs in a season. At any point, the ship can right itself. So that starts at home. It starts with a conference opponent. I mean, there's a number of things at why this is a big game. And to get on a good hot streak, it's got to start somewhere. So no better time than putting in the effort, getting a week off until our next big home game. Picking points up at home is key. So you come in every day with the same attitude. And for me personally, it's can I make a difference? And if that's helping the guys on the field, it's helping the guy next to me, in front of me, and the guys inside. That's my goal.
For most of the season, the games have been fairly close, even the ones that you've lost. But the last two, the scores were a little more lopsided in the end. Was there the same feeling of the team that these were close, or was there a feeling that these were a little different than what had happened before?
Yeah, I think at one point we're sitting third from bottom, but a +1 goal differential, so games were close. And then the game plan was good in Chicago, 1-1. We have a couple chances to score early on in the game, and I'm warming up on the opposite side of the field. It's difficult to see. It's difficult to talk about if you're not on the field. The guys are battling out there, and there's certain circumstances that the other team takes advantage of, and it's not ideal. Then we go to Kansas City, and the same thing. We have a great game plan. It's 0-0. We have a chance to go 1-0 up before the break, and didn't fall our way, and then they come out and they tweak a little something. They get a couple chances, a couple bounces go their way. So now it's on us. Can we do that at home? Can we put teams under pressure? Can we make teams make mistakes? Can we draw a penalty? Can we get a little flick off the post that bounces our way, and then the chip starts to roll? You get confident and you move forward from there. So sometimes stuff doesn't go your way. That's the reality of it. But it's up to us to fix that, and hard work is number one.
Is there a danger maybe pushing a little too hard for that first goal in this game, or is that something that the team's focused on getting?
Of course, we're always at home. We always want to try and get that first goal and get that first score early. But there's tactics in this game that we discussed today that whether we need to slow down the play and allow certain players to have the ball and bait them a little bit rather than going 100% all out at everybody, then that's the game plan. We got to stick to it. But we also have to smell out and seek certain situations to take advantage of, and that's up to everybody. We attack as a group and we defend as a group as well. So. First goal is key. Yeah, absolutely. If it doesn't come within the first 5-10 minutes, we reevaluate. Is that weakness that we talked about in training not the direction we want to go for the next 35 minutes of the half? Then maybe we got to go to the other side. Those are all things. That's why it's a game of chess, and that's why we play the game.
People always talk about rhythm of play when a player comes in and has been out for a long time. How is that coming from your perspective?
Yeah, keeping it simple, I think. Making sure that you come in, you connect your first couple passes, and you get into the game. Like you said, rhythm is important in this game. The flow of the game is important. When to speed up, when to slow down is important. That's all part of being a veteran and recognizing certain situations. So for me, yeah, it's getting into the game slowly, but also knowing that this is a home game and we got to win this one. This is, I think, without really talking about it, this is a must-win game for us. We got to right the ship, and that puts pressure on us, but it's welcome pressure. We've been in this situation before. We should feel that pressure in front of our fans in our home stadium. That should be all pressure that we feed off of, and that pushes us to that next level to get out of there with a good result.
When you give up 3 goals in 15 minutes, is that more of a mental breakdown? Is that what was it?
Yeah, I mean, again, I said it before. It's I'm watching from the other side of the field, and I'm not on the field. I don't know, the mood of the game, the rhythm of the game. So Yeah, I think once they scored one, that they smelled blood, and their coach is saying go, push it, and they fed off of that, and they created some opportunities off bounces and mistimed clearances, and they fed off of those. Those are all things that you do at home that you hope the other team gives you. You hope, but what makes those mistakes happen is hard work and putting the other team under pressure. So credit to them. They smelled blood and they finished the next couple chances, but then the game's over.
Aside from your versatility and defensive play on the field, would you be able to provide maybe some leadership to this group when you walk in there and help out maybe in that aspect?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's tough to come on when it's 4-1 and 3-0 and ultimately make a difference with 15 minutes left. So I think at that point it's getting the feet wet, shocking the system, getting used to playing again, that game speed, and getting a little bit of fitness. So, most important thing for me if I come on is communication with the guys around me, making sure that we stay good and compact and organized, number one. When we do that, we have good enough players to create chances at the end of the day.
Thank you.
Kind of percentage-wise, how are you feeling right now, health-wise?
Percentage-wise?
Well, just like 80%, 90%?
I don't know.
10%?
I feel like I'm close to being where I want to be. If any player is always 100%, then they're not, putting out the full effort. So you're always going to play with something, and you're going to have to battle through certain things. So percentage-wise, I don't know. I just want to come in and make a difference.
Do you think you're at a point to play a full 90 or?
No, not a full 90 minutes. Maybe if the game's going, if we're up 3-4-0 and I can stay back and defend, then you take what the game gives you. But if we're chasing for a goal and we're losing 1-0 and I'm gassed at 60, 65, I got to be honest with the team and do what's best for the group. And somebody might be able to come in and give a little bit more on the offensive end. So the game will dictate kind of where I'm at.